Hey guys, I've been putting these new iZotope RX3 plugins through their paces, and they're pretty spectacular. They're so good that they're going to save you a lot of time and money, and they'll pay for themselves pretty quickly. We've all gotten audio and created tracks where it was like, man, if I could just fix this, I could keep this as my best performance. Or in my case, a lot of times I'll get tracks from a client and there'll be some little issues, like I might want to take some of the background noise out. From time to time, we even use these plugins on our show. That's how much we think of them. This new series of RX3 plugins, it's an upgrade from the RX2 plugins. Man, they've rewritten everything from the ground up. These things are 6 times faster, they're more efficient, so you don't have to worry as much about being processor intensive. In fact, I haven't really worried about it too much at all, particularly if you're using a standalone version. We all have had a situation where we liked a guitar performance. There was a little bit of hum in there. I'm gonna show you something in a minute that just freaks me out. We had a triangle inside a guitar part. We took the triangle out and left the guitar. There's a one that has a clipping, declipping function that's pretty spectacular. Really works well. There's one that will even take clipping and improve that pretty significantly. Now, in the post-production world, I think you guys are going to really fall in love with these plugins. It'll way reduce the amount of ADR you need to do, any kind of live recording location that gets extraneous noises. You can just clean all that up. So enough. Let's jump right in right now. Okay, so now I've got this piece of audio. We've brought it into the plugin ahead of time. Check out this gap. If it was in time, I'd keep it. All right, so now I'm going to highlight the part that I want to replace. All right, let's come over here and select Spectral Repair. Now we've got several choices up here. For what we're doing now, we can use replace. Replaces, we'll just connect these two and kind of smooth out the harmonics right in here. Pattern will actually is smart. It actually creates these neat things for us. Okay, so now once we've got all these parameters selected and we've tested and tried to find which was the best, let's hit process. Okay, so looks pretty good. Looks can be deceiving. That's pretty good. Now, we can massage it even more, and you can get these things like, depending on how much you select, there's so many variables, you can do so much with this plugin, but we've repaired this. And now I'm going to show you something that's even more spectacular. Okay, guys, check this guitar part out. Oh, I love that guitar part. What's that triangle doing in my guitar part? It's a good looking triangle. Now look, guys, these are the triangles right here, the way this spectrograph works. Now what we can do is we can come over here. This tool works pretty cool. Now we can highlight this one, hold Shift key down. Let's highlight as many of the harmonics as we can. Now what this spectrograph is showing us is that a sound is composed of harmonics. And you can see they kind of fade out. So rather than go through all the time to do this, you select them. Here's some little subtle ones. You might want to select that. Here's a little guy here. The more of these you take time to get out, the better you are. That last one, you don't want to do that. Okay, so here's before. Now, here. Let's bring up our Spectral Repair. Okay, now this time what we're trying to repair is we're trying to take something out. So we click the attenuate. Once again, iZotope has made it pretty easy. These starting points are very, very good. Massage these and work with those, and it might take you 1 or 2 tries, but the more you experiment with these plugins, the more uses you'll find for them. So hit the process button. Now to save a little bit of time, I've got the one that I already did. All right, check this out. This is amazing. I swear to you, that's incredible. I can't believe it's gone, and I did it. All right, now let's move on. This is a plugin called Reverb. This thing's got a ton of usages. I like it just as much adding reverb as I do taking it out. I've got this loop. Let's say I want to add my own ambience to this loop. Here's the loop. All right, bring up the plug-in. I got a little preset going here for us. Check this. Man, I love it when stuff works. Now we can okay, watch these yellow bars. This is the amount of reduction. This is a low, mid, high. Now, you can do a lot of, watch when I pull this reduction. Now we're going to actually start adding ambience. Watch this. You'll notice the yellow bars start moving up. Now let's watch. Tons and tons and tons of usable things. Now if you just want to hear the ambience, watch this. That's what it's taken out. Man, I can think of a million things to do with that one. I could play with this one all day, but I guess we better move on. This is back when I was in a really large room. My first control room was pretty big that I had at home, and we were picking up a lot of room in my mic. Watch this. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to this week's Into the Lair. I appreciate you watching us. Last week we had the what did we have? Don't really know, Dave. Now this plugin, I didn't really change much. Man, these things are so smart. Watch. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to this week's Into the Lair. I appreciate you watching us. Last week we had the I sound like a moron. I almost went anti-PC there for a minute. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to this week's. 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 Man, that'll drive you crazy. But can you imagine if you've got a duet? The singer sung it across the world somewhere in a big ambient room. The male singer, the female singer recorded it at Larrabee, a real nice room. And you're trying to match them and make them sound like they're part of the same song. Just strip the ambience off of both and then add your own ambience, and man, you're rocking. So many different things you can do with this. So your guitar's a little ambient. Just because it's dialogue doesn't mean you have to use it for dialogue. You can use it for lots of different stuff. I got to show you this before we leave, guys. Bear with me. This thing is a declipper. Now check this out. This thing was kind of crunchy. Be sure and listen to the end. Now watch this. Cole, I don't think I changed this, did I? I think I just pulled it up and it worked right out the box. Watch this. Oh my goodness. Man. All right, so now we've looked at the plug-in versions. We've looked at the standalone versions. They're the same. Sometimes I use the standalone if it's an intense processor thing and it's just a one-off fix-it. I would do that. And then sometimes within the process of the song, you want to hear it in context. So it might be that you couldn't get something repaired exactly perfect, but that something is landing on a beat with a kick drum or a snare hitting at the same time, and so you might want to keep it. So there's times when you'd use both. All I got to tell you is that I'm just impressed. Not because it does what it does, because it does so much more. So all you guys in post, broadcast, this is tailor-made for you guys. Those of us that make records, I could see using this every day. I'm telling you, they're just incredible. I love it, love it, love it. Great job, iZotope. All right, guys, next week.